La Yashal. Salakia. Imagine, which means to stand in Hebrew. Oh, actually, no, what's Salakia? All right, gotta uncover the scrolls just a little bit. All right. Okay. All right, Imagine, which means to stand upon the upper down, is to face the east. All right. Repeat after me. The Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Taba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Barataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Latandanawa, Lakam, Call, Yawam, Wasalakanawa, Kawakanawa, Kasalakanawa, Kawakanawa, Wala'a, Taba'anawa, Walasaya 1, Paul, Hawashinawa, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Malakwa, Waha'ala, Wataparak, La Awalamyam, Aman. In English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. So be it. Amen. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew, Asha'ah, Ayanya, Ahaharim, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'ayin, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Barakazah, Ayatan, Lamawats, Regalka, Ayanawam, Shemarka, Hana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Shawamor, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shemarka, Yahweh, Tzalka, Ayad, Yamyaka, Yamamam, Hashemash, La'ah, Yatakah, Wa'arak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makor Rad, Yashamar, Aknapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Sada'akta, Wa'akta, Mayata, Wa'ai, Awalam. In English, I will lift up my eyes to the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help coming from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yasha Allah shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore. Hakak, the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai, Bakashah, the Thunlanah. Hakak, Larpa'ah, Kal Makalah, Kal Madawa, Hakak, La Sahor, Hamakazari, Hakak, La Hakim, Hamakim, Hakak, Arakawak, Hatama'ala, La Garshin, by Shem Yahushai, the Waraman, the power in the English. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits to cast them out. In the name of Yahushua, thank you, so be it. Bless Israel in the Hebrew, Yahweh, by Shem Yahushua, Barak Lanawa, Wayasha Allah, Wahabayah, Saparium, Barak, Rapa'ah, Magun, Huggun. Say the name of loved ones once. Everyone repeats the name once. For those on social media, if you have a loved one that you want to pray for, type their name into the chat. All right? And we will repeat their name. Otherwise, in the room, Yahweh, Yahushua, the angels, generals, captains, officers, troopers, students, sisters, children, all those dead in Israel, may they rise again. I at UPK, Minnesota. All right. Let me see. Salaki, y'all. Give me a second there. All right, most on Christ. All right. Nobody else, no sweat. Ba'Shem was shot the water Aman. In the English, Lord, in the name of Yahushua, bless us in Yasha Allah. In the school, bless, heal, shield, protect loved ones. In the name of Yahushua, thank you, so be it. Right. Psalms 83. Salaki, y'all bear with me real quick. All right, no sweat. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Al-Dabi-Alaka, Ata-Karash, All-Tashakwat, All. Salaki, Kaya Hana, Awapika, Yahamayawan, Ra'ash, Al-Amaka, Yarayoma, Sawada, Wayataya Tazawa, Ata the Kawanyaka, Amara, Lakawa, Wanakakidam, Magoya, Wala'a, Yazakor, Shamya Sha'ala, Iwada, Kaya, Naiwa Tazawa, Lava, Yakatwa, Alyaka, Baryak, Yakarakwa, Ahoja, Adawam, Waya Shama Alayam, Baryak, Moa'aba, Moa'garim, Gabal, Waimawan, Waimalak, Palashak, Amyashabia, Tazawar, Gum Ashawar, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zarwa, Labanya Lawat, Salah, Ashalaham, Kamadian, Kasaya Sara'a, Kayapian, Bonakol, Koyachwan, Nashamatwa, Bayanda Aura, Hayawa, Daman, La'adama, Shathamwa, Nara, Ya, Mawa, Kaira, Wakazabat, Wakatazorbanai, Kornasir Kamwa, Ashar, Amara, Narisha, Lanawa, Ak, Naawa, Alahayim, Alahayel, Shathamwa, Kagogala, Kakwach, Lapanya Rawaka, Ka'ach, the Baria Ira, Wakalaba, Lahat, Hori, Tandar Batman, Saraka, Wapasawapaka, Alaham, Mala'a, Panyaham, Palawan, Wayabakwashwa, Shika, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Waya Bahova, Ayai, Waya Kaparwa, Waya Abadwa, Waya Gaiwa, Kaya Atha, Shaka, Yahawa, Labatka, Ayawan, Alka Hararakaza. In English, Psalms 83. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace and be thou still, O Yahweh. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel. Maybe no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and Hagarenes, the Ball, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also joined with them. They have hoped in the children of Lot, Salah, doing to them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth, make the numbers like Orion, and like Zed, yea, all the princes as Zabah, and as Zamuna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flames set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Lord. Let them be confounded in trouble forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that the men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. Right? ISUPK power structures. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, listen to us now, right now. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, like prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force the riches to enter thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the Edomites, and the nations, and the drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Patamatazi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, works of witchcraft, NASA space program, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet and the airwaves, the cable access channels, and radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us. Bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way, or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahweh Shai, our King, Michael and Gabriel, come down with flying saucers and punish all the heathens that come up against us as you speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause this to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you always, so be it. All right. Sorry, which means to turn. All right. Give me a second here. All right. All right. My apologies, sis. I'll make sure to get the names towards the end of the class. All right. All right, Yeshabium, which means to be seated. All right. So the word Yeshab means to sit. Yeshabium is plural for everyone to sit in the Hebrew. All right. Let's get to it. Of course, Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Barakatham to the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shamar. Allah Ta'ala Shem Yahweh Shai to the sisters. I'm officer and priest, Maccabi 5000, out here in Minnesota. Of course, every Saturday we are doing what is called the Sabbath service, which is very traditional. that you could find also in the Bible. You could find in the records concerning what the traditions and the customs were of the Israelites. All right. Sometimes as young as like a toddler, who was able to read into their own language, which is the ancient Paleo Hebrew, would actually come up and demonstrate how the Hebrew is how it's spoken. All right, because that is our native tongue. And the job of the mother in the household was to actually teach the children, especially the young boys, that their native tongue, so that way they can practice their culture. All right, and perfect it, of course. Once upon a time, we lived in a place where we didn't speak the same language as our enemies, as our oppressors, the ones who had us in captivity, or the ones that still do, because we have been in captivity under so many different nation of people. All right. Now, of course, if they tell you that black people enslaved black people, that is not true whatsoever. That is a myth. It's a very much a white lie that you're going to hear a lot throughout history. In some places in history, it may say Africans sold Africans. That's not true, because Africans were not in slavery, but dark-skinned people, such as the black, Hispanic, Native Indians, however, were in captivity and still are to this very day. All right. So with that being said, we are going to get into the Hebrew. Okay. As you see on the screen, we are in Ezekiel chapter 33, verses 25 through 31. All right. Select if y'all could. Give me a second here. All right. Also, too, if anybody got any questions or concerns, you can go ahead and type it into the chat. This is a class as well. We have a Sabbath portion, and then we have a class portion where you can actually ask questions, if you have any. All right, let's get it. Let me see. All right, okay. All right. Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 25. Lakam, Amar, Alahayim, Ka, Amar, Adanya, Yahweh, Al, Hadam, Takawa, yeah, Takawa, Wanayakam, Nashawa, Al, Galoyakam, Wadam, Dashapakwa, Arataza, Tawarash, verse 26. Imatham, Al, Karabkam, Ashawathan, Tawaba, wait, Salakia, Wa'ayash, Ath, Ashaf, Rawa, Tamatham, Waharataza, Tayarashwa, Verse 27. Ka, Thamar, Alaham, Ka, Amar, Adanya, Yahweh, Haya, Anya, Ain, La'a, Ashar, Salakia. Oh, okay, no sweat. Let me see. Yeah, La'a, Ashar, Bakarakwa, Bakarab. Yapalo. That's a kind of a tongue twister right there. All right. Washar. Al. Hanya. Hashada. Lakaya. Nathaniawa. La Kawa. Washar. Wamatazakwa. Mabarwath. Badabar. Yamawathwath. It's like it. Yamawathwa. Verse 28. Wanathanya. Ath. Haratazah. Shamama. Wamashama. Wanashabath. And Shabbat, by the way, is Sabbath. All right. If you ever see people say Shabbat Shalom, that's not accurate. All right. It's Shabbat. Shabbat is how you say Sabbath in Hebrew. Okay. All that Shabbat Shalom is it's like Yiddish. So you may hear a lot of people who are considered to be Israelites, but that's not the correct way of saying Sabbath. All right. And Sabbath just means cease or it means rest. All right. That's why this is a day of our rest. Okay. Where you pretty much can do anything that you want lawfully on this day because you've been working throughout all the rest of the days of the week. All right. Go on. Isaiah. Washamam. Salaki, hold on. Hurriyah. Yasha Allah. Mawan. All right, let's see here. I will bar. Verse 29. Wayadaiwa. Kaya. Anya. Yahweh. Banathanya. Ah. Haaratazah. Shamama. Wamashama. That's another one. Al. Call. The Waptham. Ashar. Aishua. Verse 30. Watha. Ban. Adam. Vanya. Imak. Wait, Salaki, give me a second here. Damn, good night. Oh, here we go. Hanad Baryam. Here we go. Bak. Itazol. Hakarath. Oh, Wabapathakia. Habathum. Wadabar. Kad. At. Akkad. Aryash. So like Ayash. At. Akia. Lamar. Bawa. Na'a. Washamai. Ma'a. Hadabar. Hayawataza. Ma'ath. Yahweh. Last verse, 31. Wayabawa'a. Aliyak. Salaki. Comma, Salaki. This one's a tongue twister. Hold on. Come up, Salaki. Comma ba'a. Salaki, that's a different word. Comma ba'a. Ain. Yawashapwa. Lapanyak. Anya. Oh yeah, Anya. Yeah, my people. Washamai. Ah. The Baryak. Wawatham. La'a. Yashawa. Kaya. Agabian. Bapayam. Hama. Ishim. It's like that. Yeah, Ishim. Akarya. Batazam. Laban. It's like Labam. Halak. And that's it. All right. That was a little longer than expected. That was actually a longer chapter, actually. All right, Most High in Christ. We are going to get into, of course, the English. That was 7 verses into the Hebrew. I think each week, it kind of gets more longer actually as far as the chapters. All right, let's get to it. Let me see. Let me see. All right, we ain't gonna be too long with this. Maybe another 30 minutes, then we out. Make it short and simple. So a lot of people do not want to advertise that. All right. All right. So last time that we had Sabbath service, this is actually a little bit before Passover. Well, shit, by the way, let's get Passover in hand. We just celebrated the 55th annual Passover, of course, in the ISUK under Commanding General Yohana. It was absolutely outstanding and amazing. Man, I mean, it went by too fast. Honestly, it went by too damn fast. I feel like I was there for like a day, almost, or like a couple of hours, and as soon as I blinked, I was back home. You know, like that. That's how fast it was. It was just like, dang. It was absolutely amazing and beautiful. This Passover was it. It was very spiritual. Like a lot of things happened that I'm trying to explain it the best way possible, but like a lot of things happen at Passover that things that you would read about in the Bible. You know what I mean? I kind of found it interesting that I wasn't there that day, but when the lights had turned off at the Passover, I'm thinking about how pretty much the lights were cut off for Egypt when the whole beginning or celebration of Passover is all about, right? When our enemies got destroyed that night. And that night, an angel passed over, and if you did not have the blood of that animal on your door, then you were going to, be unalive, the firstborn. But of course, the Shamar department, which is our security, was very much on point that day. All right. I saw all the videos, I saw all the pictures. It was pitch black, but you can tell that brothers were taking care of everybody, making sure that everybody was safe, no one was harmed, no foolishness was going on whatsoever. It was absolutely amazing and beautiful. And that's all thanks to Commander General Yohana and his team under him. You know what I mean? Like you can't find it anywhere else. And then we had a sister by the name of China Monet who stirred up controversy. You know what I mean? As far as her song, She Being in the World. Everybody's upset about that. You know what I mean? It's like Matthew 18, 19 through 20. I feel like I recognize that. Yeah, no sweat, sis. Let me see. 18, 19 through 20. Uh-huh. Hold on. Oh, okay, yeah. Give me 1 second here, sis. Uh-huh. Actually, I'll go to verse 18 because yeah, you might as well just get 18 as well, just for context. Um, Let me see here. So if I could just real quick, the Passover was amazing. If you was not there, Lord allow next year, if Christ is not back, that you make it. The Passover demons were absolutely real. Anything that you could think of that was trying to stop you was trying to stop you. And if you didn't make it, it stops you. If you did make it, I'm sure it was absolutely hell trying to make it to the Passover. You know what I mean? Talk about, just the most randomest things happening in the middle of you trying to go to the Passover. Like Satan was absolutely working hard, but us and I, HBK, we prevailed. We was working harder than him. All right, and harder than all the demons that was thrown at us. But thank the Lord once again for you know um, this thing called Passover, man, and the truth in general. Because without the truth, a lot of us would still be in the world suffering in the grave, behind bars. Just going through all types of hell. But because of the ISUPK and its truth, we have a piece of paradise, a piece of heaven, being here because you live a righteous life. You don't have to suffer how you suffered before you found the truth. Okay? But so yeah, I get the sister's question real quick. She asks for a breakdown, a general breakdown for Matthew 18, 19 through 20. I'm just gonna go to 18 just for a little bit more context. So it says Math. So by the way, this is the chapter where um this is pretty much this is Brotherhood 101, right? When you read Matthew the 18th chapter, this is where it talks about what you are to do when someone offends you, when someone has trespassed against you, a offense. And anytime somebody trespass against you, it's a crime. Just like today in America, when you see those signs that says no trespassing, and there's a warning that if you do, this is what's going to happen to you, you'll be punished or penalized. That's the same thing. When you offend somebody, you have committed a crime. All right, you have trespassed against them. That's how you have to look at it because that's really what it is. Okay, like it's a violation. Like when you violate your probation, you get penalized for that. All right. So when you violate a brother or a sister, you have to be held accountable for it. That's how life works. All right. You have to have accountability. But after Christ is speaking about whether you gain a brother or not in the previous verses, this is what 18 says. Verily I say unto you, whatsoever ye shall bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever ye shall loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. So the thing is this, right? There's another precept that speaks about this too. Is speaking about whatever you establish here, it's going to be established in the kingdom as well. Understand that the kingdom of heaven is going to be on the earth. Okay, it's going to be on the earth, right? So it's talking about the things that you can still use and take with you. Like materialistic things you cannot take with you. It's just gonna go. When you die, you know that famous Drake song that people talk about called Money in the Grave, right? And one of his lyrics is he says, when I die, I put my money in the grave. But the thing is, like, you can't take certain things with you. You have to take the righteousness with you because that's what's going to be established in the kingdom of heaven, righteousness. That's why right now in the ISUPK, we are perfecting what the kingdom is going to become very soon. All right? But of course, we have to follow and obey what the Most High says. So binding the thing that you're going to bind on earth is brotherhood, sisterhood, morality. You know what I mean? Let me see here. Give me a second. Oh, okay. Yeah. So brotherhood, sisterhood. Your morality. That's what it's speaking about, right? Your character. Verily I say unto you, whatsoever ye shall bind on earth shall be bound in heaven. Okay? And whatsoever ye shall loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. Now, once again, I'm trying to give you another example too. I don't want to make it too complicated. I just make it as simple as possible. So like even in the kingdom too, right? You're also going to lose people. You're still going to die, but it's not going to be the type of death that you see today. Okay, so the things that you may lose on earth, you can also lose in the kingdom as well. All right. Once again, it's life. So heaven is not a magical place; it's a condition. And the kingdom of heaven is what we call it because it's not. We're not going to be where the Most High is going to reside, or where He resides now, where the angels reside. We're not going to be there because that's not our dimension to live in. Our dimension as humans, we live on the earth, and that's it. As far as we know, we live on the earth, and that's it. This is our home, but it's not going to be where the Most High is at. So there's many different types of heavens. If you don't know that, right? But the kingdom of heaven is that reward that the Lord promised us from the beginning. If you go back to the first 5 books of Moses, you will understand that, right? So you can read that. But of course, time and time again, we disobeyed the Most High and we ended up in the hands of our enemies. So we did not have what was promised to our forefathers, okay? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, of course, right? So let's keep going. Verse 19, again I say unto you that if two of you shall agree on earth as touching anything that they shall ask, it shall be done for them of my Father which is in heaven. Now this, you got to understand this very carefully, right? Again I say unto you that if two of you shall agree on earth, so if y'all are in agreement on earth as touching anything that they shall ask, it shall be done for them of my Father which is in heaven. So, of course, throughout the Bible, you may see a lot of brothers or sisters who pray unto the Lord for certain things. And if it's asked, the Most High will give it unto you if he sees fit to give it to you. Like, for example, King Solomon on earth, you know what I mean? He asked for what? Wisdom. And he at one point in time in life, he was the most wisest man on the face of the earth, to the point where even heathens would travel from place to place to come and get wisdom on how to run their empire. Imagine that. Imagine you're in for great counsel that nobody else has. And that's something that we're going to have in the kingdom as well. Because when you read the Bible, it tells you that when the kingdom comes, we are going to have the law, statutes, and commandments in our inward parts. It's going to be inside of us to the point where it's going to be second nature. So pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster is not going to be a heavy demon for you no more, because your mind is fixated on the law so much that there's no room for sin. And also, too, even General Muhammad mentioned that there will be demons that will still try to work and try to get you to sin, but it's going to be very hard because of the blessings that you are going to be rewarded with once the kingdom returns, or once the kingdom is here. Okay? So that's very heavy. And I actually, too, says this is a very, very great precept. Now, of course, how can two agree? You have to be on the same page. Like in ISUK, we are one body, one faith, one baptism. Okay? We have to agree. It doesn't, we cannot work with each other or agree if you teach that God loves everybody and I teach that God does not love everybody. We are not on the same accord. We are not. Okay? And how can we ask for a place where our state of our people is going to not suffer anymore? How can we ask the Lord for anything if it's not righteous? If it's not, I mean, it has to make sense, okay? Like the things that you should ask for is that everybody that's in the world, as far as the Israelites, that they come into the ISUPK. I mean, ask for wisdom, ask for strength in the times of these terrible times that we're in right now, because it's only going to get worse from here. It's definitely going to get worse. It's going to get a lot worse before we get our reward. It's going to get worse. So how can we agree with each other if we don't serve the same power? How can you ask the Lord anything if you don't serve him? And you wonder why, some people wonder why things don't happen for them the way that it does. It's because you are not on the same page with the Most High. You're not obedient. You serve everybody else. You serve yourself. And that's the issue that you're running into. But in order for us to agree, we can ask the Lord for anything that makes logical sense, of course, that is practical, all right? Whether it be for you or your people. Let me see. Verse 20, for where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, there I am in the midst of them. So, meaning this, when 2 or 3 people are gathered together, the Most High is in the midst, right? But now, this is what this means. Some Christians may look at this scripture and say, oh, God is always with us because of our numbers. It's not speaking about that. It's speaking about when the Spirit of the Lord is on somebody that is of an agreement. They are on the same page. Because in order to be one body, one faith, and one baptism, the Most High Spirit has to be in you. And when I say in you, meaning that the Spirit of the Lord has to be upon you. Every time you do a good deed, every time you do something righteous, or according to the Bible, that's the Most High Spirit on you to make that happen. You didn't do that on your own. The Most High did. The Most High is responsible for that. That's why we always give the Most High what? Glory. All right. We always say all glory to the Most High. Anytime somebody praise you about something great or amazing that you did, you say all glory to the Most High. And please, for God's sake, do not say all praises to the Most High, because that's what Christians say. You want to say all glory to the Most High, because He is the one. He's responsible for that good deed. All right. Sis, I think that was pretty much it. Did you have any other questions or concerns at all? Just let me know. Just let me know if that answers your question. All right. Let me see. If I could, let's go ahead and go back to Ezekiel. Let me drop that. Ezekiel 25. All right, here we go. All right. Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 25. Actually, hold on, select. Let me see something real quick. Let's go into verse 21 real quick. Let's recap. Verse 21, and it came to pass in the 12th year of our captivity, in the 10th month, in the 5th day of the month, that one that had escaped out of Jerusalem came unto me, saying, the city is smitten. Now the hand of the Lord was upon me in the evening, afore that he was escaped came, and had opened my mouth until he came to me in the morning. And my mouth was open, and I was no more dumb. Now, of course, this is speaking about Ezekiel relaying a message. Like sometimes when you get tongue tied or stuck to say something, the Most High is there to guide you. You just have to have the confidence, the strength. You know what I mean, to say what needs to be said. Understand that everything that was said wisely out of the prophet's mouth, sometimes it caused him to be unalived. Like for example, John the Baptist, when he exposed, someone committing adultery, and that woman pretty much told somebody to cut his head off, and they cut John the Baptist's head off because he was a lawful man. It cost him his life. Same thing with Christ. What do you think? Why do you think the Sadducees and Pharisees were trying so hard to cut Christ? Because they wanted, they thought that Christ was exalting himself when all Christ was doing was saying what was in the scriptures. Because Christ knew who he was because of the Bible. And he was stating who he was. And they thought that he was more powerful, and Christ was absolutely powerful, absolutely. But at the same time, though, he had to do the will of the Most High, so he had to allow them to apprehend him and unalive him and things of that sort, because it's all part of the Most High's plan and agenda. All right. Let me see here. Verse 23. Then the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Ayanda Bar says, no sweat. Then the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, verse 24, Son of man, they that inhabit those wastes of the land of Israel speak, saying, Abraham was one, and he inherited the land, but we are many. The land is given us for inheritance. So all throughout the Bible, you are going to see where Abraham is mentioned about the inheritance, because once again, the Most High told our forefathers what what we will possess and have for our nation and for generations. But of course, because of our disobedience, things didn't work out in our favor. All right. Now, it's not too far fetched for us to come back from our mistakes. And also, too, when you look at people in the world and you think to yourselves that they are too far gone, that they will never come into the school, they will never serve God, that's not true. All right. And also, too, that's in the Bible where it talks about the Most High is, I'm paraphrasing, the Most High hand is not, how can I say it? Basically saying that you are not too far from serving the Most High, because even the most evilest people that you can think of have became great people over time when serving the Most High. For example, Paul was I believe Paul was he was a liar, and he was a accomplice to murders. Okay, to where he will hold the coat of someone who was about to get unalived. All right, I think it's called accessory to the murder, to the crime, something like that. But I mean, Paul was a wicked man. You know what I mean? But of course, he changed his life and came into the school. You know what I mean? He came into the truth. Let me think of somebody else. Yeah, I'm trying to think of somebody. I mean, it's a few different people. All right, who didn't made mistakes, and they decided to change their life and give their life over to the Most High. All right, and but of course, once again, we can get back to that inheritance. We were kicked out of the land of Israel, Jerusalem, but of course, we can get that back. Right now, there are heathens, there are enemies that invaded that place. And now we're scattered all over the place on this earth, all four corners. But we can get back to that once we get back to serving the Most High, being obedient, of course. Verse 25. Wherefore say unto them, Thus saith the Lord God, ye eat with the blood, and lift up your eyes toward your idols, and shed blood, and shall ye possess the land? So now it's a question being asked. So the Most High is saying, like, ye eat with the blood and lift up your eyes toward your idols, meaning that you are doing wickedness. And then also too, there's you should, and you're doing wickedness, but you're also looking up to these idols. And we know one thing about those idols. Those idols will, I'm talking about them idols will have you do all types of weird things, man. I find it crazy how with interracial marriages, you weren't a Christian, you weren't a Muslim, you weren't a Buddhist until you got with those other nations. Because where else did it come from? It came from them. And you start to serve their idols. It's the same thing that happened to Solomon. Solomon had multiple women. And a lot of people would say that was his sin. No, it wasn't a sin for him to have multiple women, but however, it was a sin for him to have other nations, to have relations with other nations. That was the sin. And it's very clear when you read it. And you see when Solomon got a little older, his wisdom started to decline to the point where he was making altars for his wives. That was the sin. Him having multiple women was not a sin. And also, too, if having multiple wives was such a sin, then I mean, damn, like, why did the Lord allow our father, our fleshly father, the progenitor of the Israelites, to have four women? So as far as all the 12 tribes, We have four mothers. Yeah, four wives, which are our four mothers, right? That's how we got here. It was one man with four women and 12 children. I mean, well, technically 12 boys because Jacob did have a daughter as well, which you can read in Genesis, right? But he had 12 sons, and that makes up the 12 tribes over time. Judah, Benjamin, Levi, they just became bigger and bigger as a family. Okay, so think of a big family like, on your dad's side, you got 14 siblings. On your mom's side, you got 10 to 12. You know what I mean? And then it just keeps multiplying. And then they become their own tribe. All right? There's 12 tribes and four women with one man. That's how we got here. If it was such a sin, the Lord would not allow it. All right? All right, but anyway, so he's asking a sarcastic question about saying, like, so you think that you can possess this land when you've been looking up to idols and shedding blood and doing sacrifices? You think that you can get this land? It's like a joke. It's how it's being said. A lot of times when you read the book of Ezekiel or you read the letters of Paul, even he asks certain questions that are like a question that says, like, make it make sense. Like, like, are you serious? But it's all slang because that's how we talk today. Like you ask a question that you already know the answer to, but like you're asking it to the person where they think like, so you think that you can get this land, but you've been doing all this dirty ish. You've been shedding blood. You've been doing X, Y, and Z, and you think that you can get this land? And when you ask somebody that question, they stuck because how can they answer? It's really just sarcasm. Okay, it's a joke because you can't possess anything that the Lord gives you if you are doing everything against what He has said. It's no different than a parent. You want to go outside and play. You want to play video games. You want to go over to family house. You want to do everything that says freedom, right? You want to watch TV or be on the internet. If you don't do what your parents tell you to do, it's not going to happen. So you think that and the Most High is like, look, like you think that you are going to get this, and when you've been doing this, no. Like the Most High is not a joke. When it comes to serving the Lord, it is all day, every day. There's no breaks in between. All right, like how we have classes Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. You can't just serve the Lord on those class days and then you just go back to your own, your old filthy ways on the days where there's no classes. You think that you could just come to one Passover and you all right? You just come to any feast when you feel like it. That's not how it works, man. You have to be all in when it comes to serving the Lord. You can't be lukewarm because the Most High will expose you. And the Most High is not shy to do so. All right. All right. Verse 26. Ye stand upon your sword, ye work abomination, and ye defile every one his neighbor's wife. Good night. And shall ye possess the land? He's asking, like he's elaborating. So your work is abomination. You stand on your own sword, meaning that you cause your own destruction. You cause yourself to get tied up in everything, right? Um, and you defile everyone his neighbor's wife. That's insane. So you are just filthy and disgusting, and yet you still want to possess the land. You still want to get out of hell, out of this captivity. You don't deserve it, is what he's saying. You don't deserve it. However, death is something that all of us deserves. Okay. All right, verse 27. Say thou thus unto them, Thus saith the Lord God, as I live, surely they that are in the waste shall fall by the sword, and him that is in the open field will I give to the beast to be devoured, and they that be in the forts and in the caves shall die of the pestilence. Now, this is talking about today. We are being devoured by the beast of what? The field. Now, it's not talking about animals. This is talking about beasts of the field going all the way back to, I want to say Genesis. You know, the subtle beasts of the field. It's talking about the other nations. And that's what's happening. We are being devoured. We are being eaten alive. Till this very day. In captivity, to be exact, right? Verse 28. For I will lay the land most desolate, and the pomp of her strength shall cease, and the mountains of Israel shall be desolate, that none shall pass through. Yeah, see, like anything, any resource that we had, the Lord is just going to take it away. Piece by piece, He's just going to destroy it. So you think that you live in large, that you're doing good, until the Most High sends a plague, like I said, a pestilence. All right, He sends a disease to end everything that you have, everything that you possess. He's going to make it desolate. Desolate just means that He's going to destroy it. It's going to be destroyed to the point where there's nothing left. That's what desolate is. Verse 29. Then shall they know, then shall they know that I am the Lord, when I have laid the land most desolate, because all of their abominations which they have committed. Like, there are certain things that happen so bad to you that you know that it's the Lord that's punishing you. You know, you get into you got a crazy abnormal illness, and the Lord is against you. You get into a jam, and left and right, you just are just not able to breathe. And when I say breathe, just meaning like everything left and right, just in front of you, behind you, like just everything is just attacking you. You're in prison. You lost your family. You're sick. You got to pay fines. You got a triple life sentence, like just left and right. You know that the Lord is truly against you because of your works. Because your work is what? Abominations. And you shall reap what you sow. You will reap what you sow. That's what happens. Okay. Verse 20. Let me see. Verse 30. Also, thou son of man, the children of thy people still are talking against thee by the walls and in the doors of the houses, and speak one to another, every one to his brother, saying, Come, I pray you, and hear what is the word that cometh forth from the Lord. Now, that's happening to this day where Israel, even online, Israel, they just speak. Let me see. Wait, what did it say again? Yeah. People will speak against you. Until this day, we have to continue to let the people know what the Lord said, because once again, these are His words; these are not ours. That's why we go out to camp on Fridays or Saturdays based on your zone. We battle on the internet. We do these classes because people are going to speak against you as far as your own people, all the evil, all the nonsense. But you have to continue the work. That's why, like more than one time in this same chapter, the Lord is telling Ezekiel, tell Israel this, tell Israel that. This is what I've heard. This is what's being said. This is what you need to do. Also, too, Ezekiel was also told not to be afraid of what they say and how they look when you tell them the words of the Lord. All right, because Israel today, like they get the frown in their face, they get the talking ish, they ready to fight. They do everything that says I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear no Bible talk. I can get less about a law, statute, and commandments. I'm doing X, Y, and Z. I'm on drugs. I'm getting this money. I'm effing whoever. That's their attitude, which is ignorance. Okay. And so yeah, that's that. Verse 31. And they come unto these, and they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them. For with their mouth they show much love, but their heart goeth after their covetousness. Yeah. Yeah, it's like the one precept where it says, damn, I'm trying to think of the precept where it says, I'm paraphrasing, but they say that they love me, but their heart is far from me, right? It's that precept. I'm paraphrasing, and that's it right there. Like there are people who would say that they love the Most High, they love God, but their actions say otherwise. It's very clear. And they always praying to God, but they don't know who exactly they praying to, which doesn't make any sense at all. Okay, so. All right. With that being said, that's it on that. And excuse me too, my voice is a little hoarse. All right. Salaki Imaju, which means to stand. Let's get back to it. All right. Get a little better there. All right. Once again, Imaju, which means to stand. Pani Hakadam, face the east. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Salaki. All right. The Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwatka, Taba'ah, Rakazakta, Hayah, Aisha, Barataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashemayim, Nathalanawa, Nakam, Ko, Yavon, Wasalakanawa, Kawatnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kawatinawa, Wala'ah, Taba'anawa, Walasayawan, Abo, Hawashinawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Watapara, La Alam, Aman. And in English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. So be it. Amen. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Aharim, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'ayin, Yahweh, Asha, Shemayim, Warakaza, Ayathan, Lamawat, Regalka, Ayanawam, Shemarka, Kana, La'ah, Yanawam, Wala'ah, Yayashan, Shawamar, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shemarka, Yahweh, Tadalka, Al-Yad, Yamyaka, Yamamam, Hashemach, La'ayat Akat, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Salaki. La'ayat Akat, Wayarak, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Makorai, Yashamar, Aknapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tala'atka, Wawa'atka, Mayata, Wa'ai, Awalam. In English, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yasha'Allah shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shed upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore. Hakak in the Hebrew, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Baba Kashai, Nathalanawa, Hakak, La'Pa'ah, Kal Makalah, Kal Manawa, Hakak, Latahor, Hamakazarian, Hakak, Hakim, Hamaki, Hakak, Arakawat, Hatama Allah, Nagarishan, Ba'ashem Yahushai, the Wadaman, power in the English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness, and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahushai, thank you, so be it. All right. Bless Israel in the Hebrew, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Barak Wayesha Allah, Wahabayah, Saparian, Barak, Rapa'ah, Magun, Hagun. Say the name of loved ones once. Everyone repeats the name once. So for those online, I got you, sis. Otherwise, Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. All of Israel, all those dead in Israel, may they rise again in the kingdom. May those destroyed of Israel come into the may those dead of may the destroyed of Israel come into the ISUPK. All right. Let me see. What's it say? Let me see something. Just bear with me 1 second here. All right, here we go. XL, AJ, the Kelly family, the Wiley family, Isla B, the Water, Sapara, let's see, IHK Minnesota, Izara, all right, Ba'ashem Yahushai, the Water Aman. In English, Lord, in the name of Yahushai, bless us in Yasha'Allah, and the school, bless him should protect loved ones. In the name of Yahushai, thank you, so be it. All right. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew, Alahayim, Adam Yalaka, Atakaras, Waltashquat, Al Kayahana, Awatika, Yahama Yawan, Ra'ash, Al Amaka, Yarayama, Sabada, Wayatha Yathazawa, Atalakawanyaka, Amarwa, Lakawa, Unakakidam, Goya, Wala Ayazakar, Shamya Sha'ala, Iwada, Kaya, Nawathazawa, Laba, Yakakwa, Ayaka, Varia, Yakarakwa, Ahoya, Adawam, Waya Shama Alayam, Wa'aba, Wagari, Kabal, Wanawan, Wamalak, Palashab, Anya Shabya, Tazabur, Ashabur, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zarwa, Labanya Lawat, Salah, Aishalaham, Kamadian, Kasiyasa Ra'a, Kiyabian, Banakol, Koyashwan, Nashamakwa, Bayanda Arwa, Hayawa, Daman, La'adama, Shayathamwa, Nadab, Yab, Mawab, Kairab, Wakazabak, Wakazazor Manai, Karnasia Kumwa, Ashar, Amaru, Narasha, Lanawa, Naawa, Alahayim, Alahayeb, Shathamwa, Kagogala, Kakwash, Napanya Rawaka, Kaash, Tabaria Ivan, Wakalaba, Valahat, Haria, Khan, Barakatma, Vasarika, Wabasa Wapaka, Alahum, Mala'a, Panyahum, Palawan, Wayabakwashwa, Shaka, Yahawah, Yabashwa, Waya Bahorwa, Ida'ad, Waya Kaparwa, Waya Abatwa, Waya Daiwa, Kaya Atha, Shaka, Yahawah, Labatka, Al Yawan, Al Kaharakazak. In English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee are lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Yasha'Allah may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Israelites of Moab and the Hagarenes, Paul and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines, the inhabitants of Tyre. Ashur also is joined with them. They have hoped in the children of Lot, Salah, doing to them as the Midianites, as the Sisera, as the Jabin, at the brook of Kisan, whose prayers I endured. They became as dung for the earth, making nobles like a rib, and like Zeb, yea, all the princes as Zabah, and as Zamuna, who said, let us take to ourselves the house of Yahweh in possession, O my power, make it like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flames set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Lord. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. Right? Power structures. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, listen to us now, right now. To use the curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us, like prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. To use the curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force the riches into thy sanctuary. To use the curses and punishment and destruction to the Edomites, and the nations and the drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan nations, skinheads, positive Mutazi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, works of witchcraft, national space programs, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet and the airwaves, the cable access channels, and radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way, and try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, causing those to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahweh Shai, Michael, and Gabriel come down with flying saucers and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it's the angels who have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media, throughout the whole world. Cause it to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you always. So be it. Right? Star, which means to turn. Go. All right. All right. All right, with that being said, that concludes the Sabbath service. Shalom, Israel.